number of first-year letter winners. I'm going to call your name, and I want you to come down. If you could hold your applause until all names have been read, that would be wonderful. First-year letter winners. The two people are not here today. Sagar Arya, Alexis Cunningham. Next, Tori Rakin, Liam Ross, Given Mendenhall, Russell Ahmed, Jonah Houston, and Manny Iribo. Round of applause. And now we're going to let you know who has earned second-year pins. Folks, just stand up when I call your name and stay standing. Let's just do it that way. Allison Bergman, flute. Go ahead, apply. Cole Lease, trumpet. David Narayanan. Javier Slice. Evelyn Abbey. Stephen Wright. Ryan Reagan. Drew Vidamadaka. And Ronald Mallard. And then we have people who are earning their third pin, which for our seniors, meaning they earned their letter their sophomore year, Sydney Platt, B. Saul, Ethan Zakowski, who couldn't be with us today. He got his COVID vaccine yesterday. Not doing so great, but he's okay. So Ethan Zakowski, one more time. And junior, who earned his letter his freshman year, Ben Anastas. Our Most Improved Award. And every year, we have the band kids vote. And they can't just give a name, they have to give us a reason. I vote for so-and-so because. And every year they do a really good job of taking it seriously. And this year is no exception. We've had a lot of improvement this year. It's such a strange year with such weird circumstances. The growth has been unbelievable. And here are some examples. We've had students talk about, and these are just some of the names that came up. Okay? Arvind Rajagopalan has shown dramatic improvement in his musicianship. Ben Anastas has turned into a leader this year. Maddie Kazatsky joined band this year, trying something new, and really gave it her all. She moved from cymbals to the complex snare parts. The trombone section sounded stronger and more consistent every week. Those are the kids' words, not mine, not Mrs. O'Rourke's. That's the students. But two names kept popping up repeatedly. The first one is, and please stand up, Kyle Bernstorff. His enthusiasm is off the chart. Would you agree, man? Yeah. He has really come along musically. He joined jazz band this year. And I think just the repetition, just the amount of music he's taking in, synthesizing, improving on, has just made him grow exponentially musically. Just an iPad. Okay. He has not only done this, but he's inspired others around him to grow. He's always offering help, suggestions. How can I help with this? He's been a great addition to the band the whole time since 5th grade. But this year has just really exploded. So congratulations, Kyle Burns. And when you hear the band say ready, you really hear Kyle say ready, and the band sort of join him. Okay, the next theme that kept popping up was kind of varied. We had a couple individual trumpet players' names. We had the freshman trumpet section. But the main overall arching idea was that the trumpet section was also very much supported in the Most Improved Award. This section has one senior, two juniors. How many sophomores? What, three sophomores? One, two, three. And then the rest freshmen. Freshman trumpets, stand up. They worked so hard this year as a section. People helping each other out. Hey, mark that up sharp. Oh, hey, you got that good, but now give it a little more gas to it. Just consistent improvement from week to week. Believe me when I tell you, if you heard them the first week of school, you would not believe what you heard today. Is that fair, trumpets? Yes. And I think that's okay to say. I gotta say, I'm so proud of these guys. But again, the band is so proud of this section. How about another round of applause, the trumpet section? So earlier we talked about most improved. And there was another name that came up a lot. But it didn't feel like most improved was the right approach. And so Mrs. O'Rourke and I talked about it, and we decided to come up with a new award for the band program. Because this person has had such an impact, it's really made a difference. One person has truly made a gigantic difference and impressed the heck out of her and I, and out of their peers. So we decided to create the Outstanding New Member Award. And I'm very happy to tell you that freshman Tanner Shaw is the very first recipient of Outstanding New Member. Tanner is a freshman trumpet, that stellar freshman trumpet class that we were showing you earlier. He did a great job from day one, taking his music home, making sure it was ready, coming back solid, leading. As a freshman, that's really hard to do. He also joined jazz band this year, reluctantly, but he did it. And Russell and Ben, our junior trumpets, say hi guys. Good job. Okay. They kind of took Tanner under their wing. And that was nice of them, but it's really up to Tanner to decide if he's going to learn or ignore. Tanner made the wise decision to learn. And I think he's really done a great job. Again, tons of comments from his peers, and I can't say how proud of you, Tanner, we are. Congratulations. It's time to award the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. Wait. We have the fortunate ability to do this today. We were not able to have all that jazz this year. It's just what it is. But we have had jazz band, and we've had a very successful jazz band year, in extremely large part due to David Narayanan. Come on up, David. David joined jazz band in 7th grade on guitar. And then, was it freshman year? I'm not sure. I think freshman or sophomore years, we needed a bass player. David's like, well, I'll do it. Okay, sure. And he did, and he was great. And then we needed a drummer. I'll do it. Okay. He was so good, we decided to do Sing, Sing, Sing to feature the drummer, who'd never really played drums before. So, I think I can't say enough about David's musicianship. He writes his own music. If you haven't heard it, you're missing out. Are you going to share that with them? Can you share your music with them?
You put me on the spot.
We'll talk about it. It's really fantastic music, and I can't say enough. So how about David Narayanan? And now we're going to award maybe our most prestigious award in the band program, the John Philip Sousa Award. John Philip Sousa was, of course, the Marine band director who wrote the ever wonderful Stars and Stripes Forever, kind of known as the band director of all band directors. And this award is given to one senior in every high school across the nation. Mrs. O'Rourke and I were both fortunate to be recipients when we were seniors in high school. This award is about musicianship, dedication, leadership, loyalty, striving to get better, being a good citizen, all of the above, right, to the highest degree possible. And they end, we ask our band to inform us of their opinion. Now, the cool thing is, we've been doing this, this is my 16th year here. I've always had the band vote on this. They've always taken it seriously, and they've never had to say, that's a bad idea. And I love that about our students. They take it seriously. This year was interesting. We've got a small but mighty senior class. And really, just about anybody could have been awarded this achievement, this honor. But one name came up a lot. He's the nicest guy. He shows up ready to go every day. He asks great questions. He leads. He's exciting. He's musical. He loves what he's doing. And we couldn't agree more. Javier Saiz, come on down. It's time. The senior class of 2021. We have 9 seniors this year, which is actually pretty small for us. But you would never know it by the way these folks have led, have inspired, have dealt with all the craziness that this year has brought. And we couldn't be more proud of them. We're going to start with David Narayanan, because you've already heard a little bit about David. But maybe you aren't aware that he just joined band last year. Amazing. Came in, started rocking the Clints like nobody's business. Before COVID hit last year, jumped all in, learning keyboard instruments. How do I play this? How do I play that? Came in, practiced, tunes our drums for like free, which is awesome. Thanks for that. Want to come back from Ohio State next year? Okay, cool. I just can't say enough. You've already heard a lot about David, but David, you've been such a huge addition to our program. Musically, sure, but you're an inspiration. The way you play, unbelievable. The way you lead, also unbelievable. And the way you treat people, you bring them in, that's the coolest thing ever. One of my best memories of David is last year when we went to the big OMIA contest, and he was really involved, helping me pack everything, not forget everything. I should say I helped him. He was that awesome, and he'd never been to a contest like that, so he didn't really know what to expect. And they had an awesome section leader in the percussion section last year, and David's skills were March. He asked me, well, I'm the only senior, am I going to be the percussion section leader?
And I was like,
yes. And so everything that you want someone to be like, that's what David does. He does things before it has a title to it, or before it's assigned. David. Javier Saiz, come on up, Javi. This guy, oh my goodness. So he came to us in middle school as a French horn player, kind of attacked the horn, and hasn't let up since. In fact, just got a horn to take to college with him. How excited. Javi, man, you can't replace Javier Saiz. You just can't. Enthusiasm alone is off the charts. Anybody who works in the after school will tell you, if you need a door open, it's probably already being held open by Javi. The nicest guy in the school. But not only that, he's got such a mind for music. He did music theory for a couple of years, the standard class and then the AP class. And the things he comes up with, the wheels that turn in his head about music, first of all, they're always turning. Second of all, they're really creative. And I think that serves him very well. Something else, we mentioned this earlier, he just cares about people. He cares about his section, he leads his section well. He cares about people in the band who maybe don't have somebody in their corner yet. That Javi's the guy, you know? So, Javi, Mr. Number one cares. You see so many people in a day. How are you? Did you have a good week? weekend, this guy says it and he means it. And he's standing there waiting to hear what you have to say. And he's like that with his classmates. And he's such an outstanding musician. Always goes the extra mile. Always volunteers to be in honors groups and auditions for extra things. Awesome hobby. Manny came to us in middle school, and trombone player. I'm a trombone player. And Manny, can I tell him that when you were in middle school, I wasn't sure about Manny. Manny's the sweetest kid you'll know, but sometimes in middle school was a little on the forgetful side. Yeah, but I signed up for high school band, and we were like, yes! And because he brings this attitude of positivity, I got this, Ms. S, no problem. And can you just put on your mask and show me your smile? Always smiling. The nicest kid. But what I've been most impressed with how he has just attached himself to the idea of improvement in music. And from his freshman year to his senior year, has just gone every year a level up, another level up, another level up. This year with COVID, we had to change our curriculum a little bit, and we did some solos. Every student was required to prepare a solo. We've never done that before. Some students are uncomfortable with that idea because it's a very individual pursuit. When you're in a full band, you can kind of, hide under the curtain. That's okay. But solos are a little bit more on the spot. Manny picked the hardest solo and kicked its butt. And I was like, what? I was so proud of you. You did so much work on that, and it was just amazing. But it's because of his positive can-do attitude. Fast runner on the track, but always just a positive guy that's going to take you far. Wow, Manny. I remember a person in your section, the trombone section, mentoring you because you were kind of a mess. But where's Manny's music? Thomas always had it. Thomas was like Manny. And Manny has followed in that. He takes care of the younger students in his section and in the band and become an awesome mentor. Listen to this. Hey, band, say Manny. That's all you gotta know. Police! Come on up. Senior trumpet section leader. Police. Now, Cole had an issue and is online a lot, which makes it hard sometimes, I think. But being online didn't stop Cole from leading. During that solo thing we told you about, he was paired with one of our freshmen. It was very helpful to that young man. And that young man learned from Cole. Even in the virtual realm, it was fairly incredible. But looking past like last year, hey, we need a brass quintet, we need another trumpet. I'll do it. Hey, we need X and Y or Z. I'll do it. That's Cole. And the level of self-confidence that you have just for your freshman year on up, I'm so proud of you. Man, you know who you are, you know where you're going, and that's fantastic. Cole, this is your work. Cole has always been on this stage now. All the time, always volunteering to do things, and always being really accountable. When he knows that, I'm the only person with this part. I still remember going to a music festival, 8th grade. Somebody else could go in a small trumpet section. He was the only trumpet player at a contest. Belted it out, did his part, band did great. He's just like that. Thank you, Cole. Jonah Houston, French horn. Jonah came to us in high school, and one of the first things he told me was, I don't know if I'm going to stay in band. I'm not really good at the horn. Remember that? a senior. B, Falls. He's very good at horn. He's a strong horn player. And one thing I'm going to encourage you is to give yourself more credit. Okay. Jonah, this year I think has really come into his own. He's really shown himself to be a strong leader in the band program. Musically, he's so accountable and so there. Leading not just your section, but the alto saxophones as well. Super enthusiasm. We're outside. He's joking around. He's making people laugh. And you know, band is a social art. You can't do it by yourself, and it's gotta be fun. If it's not fun, why are you doing it? And the art to that social art is having good timing. This guy has it. You know, you can make a joke and then move on, or you can make a joke and distract. Jonah's what? he usually doesn't distract. Usually his, I would say almost always, his jokes are well timed. They're appropriate in terms of the context of what we're working on. It gets everybody like laughing and oh yeah, but then we get right back to it because he gets right back to it. Great leader, super work ethic, especially as a kicker in the football team. Yeah, I know. But this guy, especially lately, he'll come into the band office and just lay on the floor and be like, I love that about him. He's just super comfortable around everybody, and I think he makes everybody else feel comfortable. Jonah's the kind of kid that's always in there, although sometimes he doesn't want everybody to know that he's as enthusiastic about the music and the seriousness that, you know, he wants to be on this, you know, cool level. But it is that knowing of how to turn it on and off. And underneath that, he always knows his music. He leads in his section. He's a huge contributing member. Really good to be met. So the next senior we're going to talk about is actually two seniors because they kind of share a brain. Allison Bergman and Sydney Platt. Come up, you two. We can't talk about one without the other. These tutti fluties. We've had these two since 5th grade. I know. 6th grade? Oh, that's right. You were in choir for a year. That's right. We were waiting for you. That's right. Seems like a lot longer. These two, I cannot tell you, they are kind of like assistant directors. They come in, hey, what are you doing about this issue or that issue? Or have you thought about this or have you thought about that? And usually it's like, oh yeah, good point. They are so in tune with what's going on around. They have such an adult perspective. I think Allison's been an adult since she was 10. I'm not wrong. Oftentimes they sit in the front row in a regular concert band year, and so there'll be times where I can say something under my breath, and pretty much the two of them will be the only ones who can hear it, and they'll be like, we know, we're right there with you, we get it. And it's kind of an awesome thing. Allison and I share a lot of love of scuba diving. Sydney and I, oh Sydney, can I just say about you something? You don't have a choice, that's right. So both of these girls I'm super proud of. Sydney, as she has come up through middle school, the younger years of high school, the level of self-esteem has exploded. And she's kind of like the mom at this point. I think it's fair to say that. And when something isn't quite right, Sydney will let us know. And Allison will come up with an idea of how to fix it. I swear, the two of them together are an amazing team, and their parents are going, yes, they are. But I think Mrs. O'Rourke, who is their flute coach, has a little bit more to say. Okay, first, these two guys know that I'm an ugly crier and my voice goes on 20 decibels. I think it's only because I'm dehydrated that the tears are just only in my eyes and not falling out. 8 years is a long time. And when you teach someone what's happening, then open the case. This is how you open the case. This is how you put the flute together. And Allison's class was really enthusiastic. Unfortunately, we lost a few ducklings along the way. I don't know how to say this, but we come out here at football games, and the blue section, these two and about three more would literally kind of follow me around for a while, and I said, "You guys are my little ducklings." Then they started coming to class saying, "Quack, quack, waddle, waddle," complete with motions and walking that way. But these guys have grown up amazing as flutists and people. And one of my dreams was to someday have a choir. And I started out kind of spoon feeding, we play these little small ensemble pieces, and they bought in. And next thing I know, when I say, "We're going to have a choir rehearsal, let me know when your free is," and then Sydney just looks at the whole group as a sophomore and says, "You're going." And Allison's like, "You can't go." "No, you're going." And am I wrong? The looks and everything, but it turned into a really beautiful family within a family in the band, and we've laughed together, improved together, and shared a lot of experiences, and they even let me cry with them when I was going through a particularly tough time in my life. I think I have to stop now. We're really close to these kids. All these kids are our friends, and we wish them well. These all band president. So B came to us in middle school, and she was about this big, and said, "I played the tuba." I was like, "You fit in the tuba." And then she played the tuba, and I was mind blown. It was phenomenal. And you've been that way since. You're a little taller. Yeah. B is amazing. I don't know if you can hear the exact amount of sound she puts out from that sousaphone, but it's sheer power. And that doesn't happen because you're a good musician. It happens because you're a good musician, because you've got self-confidence, you've got some drive, you know what needed to happen, and you're going to get it done. Otherwise, you kind of put sound out, but you don't put out the sound that she puts out. That's a personality trait, and it's amazing. B knows what's going on. She's got her finger on the pulse as to what's going on. She's always asking good questions, much like the two of you. She comes in, "Hey, have you thought about this?" "No, we haven't. Thank you very much." Comes in and talks. This whole COVID year has had some great ideas on how to approach difficulties that we have. Again, super approachable from her younger peers, a good leader, getting people excited and pumped up, getting people involved. Is an amazing artist. You should see the work she does. Multifaceted kid. Just, amazing. One of the best things about B is how welcoming she is, and she just envelopes people in like this atmosphere of you matter, you're seen, you're valued. That's what B does. That's what our band is about, and B's the leader of that. Zerg. I don't know what I can say. I echo so much of that. B as a musician, B as a person, talks that we've had, watching her go to solo and ensemble. I remember her first solo, and she was this little tiny person with this tuba, and the judge, I was staring at him the whole time. He was amazed, and she was in like 7th grade, 8th grade, and it just hasn't ever stopped, and we're so appreciative. Be so. These seniors have had an interesting year and a half, as everybody has, but they've really made the best of it. They've really led our band on to good things, and I can't say enough about you guys. You're each amazing human beings. You each have amazing futures, and you're going to make people know that they matter, and that's a huge thing. Seniors 21.